right. KWTN 100.9 FM. Welcome, everybody, to Winnebago Talks.
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Nothing in my headphones.
How about, let's check it out now. Can you hear me now?
Nope.
You can't hear me.
Maybe
Try those ones there.
maybe I have the wrong ones on.
There you go. Kevin, you can hear us. All righty. Okay, we're going to try this again. For those folks that are tuning in, help us on out here. Kevin's going to be driving here today, so we want to make sure that we get a good audio clarity microphone, and we're going to do a microphone check.
Check. 1, 2, check.
The
MC Eves is in the house.
The comments are just flooding in, guys. All right. Once again, welcome everybody. If you can't hear us, let us know. But yep, I think they can hear you. Appreciate that. Okay, so Winnebago Talks. We have a lot of staff out today. Bethany is out sick, and then we send our condolences to MCBKC. I know that he has a relative that passed away, and so again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here today. We do have some information that we do want to get out, and so we're going to be joining here today with some information, guys. It's probably going to be on the shorter end of the show, just due to the fact that a lot of things are happening in the community, and there's a lot of people that are pretty busy, you know what I mean? So today, folks, if we can, Ebes, can you bring up the website that has the water and sewer ownership election information? I'll let you work on that for the people that are joining us on YouTube and on Facebook. Take a look at that. You go to the WinnebagoTribe.com and there's information, but today is the last day to turn in your ballot. Now, you can't put it in the mail because you should have did it yesterday if you didn't do it. You're going to have to take it on over to Pender, and it needs to be in the Thurston County Clerk's hands, in their possession, by 5 p.m. today, folks. So, I seen some comments. We kind of we put it on the big screen. We put it on our social media. We sent out an email to all our employees and asking to check on their relatives that live in Winnebago. So it's the Winnebago Village residents. There's a special election, and it's you have to turn in your ballot by mail. And people are going to be asking, like, where's the polls or anything like that. But your ballot needs to go in the mail. But today, folks, if you want to turn in your ballot, you have to take it over to Pender, Nebraska, to the Thurston County Clerk's office. Very important. And then I'm not sure on the results and stuff or what's going to happen next, but we'll get that information out to you folks for those that are interested. And I think that there was a lot of information. I know that the Winnebago Tribe, and then there's the Village of Winnebago. Again, we implore everybody just to exercise your right to vote, and that's something that's going to affect each and every one of you. We all need water, and those residents in Winnebago, we ask you to vote, and no matter what, it's a very, very basic yes or no kind of thing. So, yeah, once again, today's deadline for the water and sewer ownership is for the Winnebago Village residents. So, thank you to all those that are working hard on that. I know that, again, we talked about water and how important it is for everybody and stuff. So, no matter what, Winnebago and the reservation and stuff, whatever the outcome comes, is that, there's people behind the scenes, there's water operators, there's people that really want to make sure that we get the best quality water that we have, And so with that, just kind of like I mentioned, I know that going back to my childhood, it's kind of weird, we always read about water and all that stuff, as we get a little bit older, but you drink it out of the faucet, or the garden hose. Yeah, that was, I don't think that's going to take place anymore. It's, you have to go and get it out of one of those dispensers now and stuff. It's pretty interesting how that kind of works and stuff,
Well, me growing up, I grew up on a farm, and we had a well. And that water tasted so magnificent. I mean, straight out of the ground, no filters, no nothing. I mean, I remember the well house. I mean, everything, the pumping. I mean, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We lived out across from the power grounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back behind Dustin's place. I mean, back
Yeah.
those trees. Yeah, that's where I grew up.
Yeah, we just get the garden hose and, summertime. Pretty interesting.
That was you town kids.
Yeah. So, again, if there's any questions or anything like that, make sure you call 402-878-2272. And that's the tribal offices. And today you have to take your ballot on over to Pender and stuff, So, again, thank you to all those that were voting. And we'll get the information out on the outcome of how the vote went down. The next thing I want to talk about, how'd you do on it? Okay.
I just need to know the page.
Oh, okay. So probably just go to the WinnebagoTribe.com.
Okay.
The next thing we want to talk about is there was an event in February, and it was on a Tuesday, and it's called the 911 Address Change. It's a Winnebago community event, and a lot of people are like, well, what does that mean and stuff? Basically, nowadays, what's going to happen is everybody's house is going to get renumbered. All right. So if you have, I think I was one time it was 105 Maple. That's where my mom used to live. Then all of a sudden it was like 208 Maple or something. I think another change is coming. And so they're going to have another 911 event happening at the fire hall. And that's going to kick off at 3 o'clock today.
Yeah, 3 to 6.
3 to 6. Okay. Now, if you didn't get a chance to attend, we noticed some comments and some people were saying, well, I worked, I couldn't make it the last one, I'm teaching, whatever it may be and stuff, you know what I mean? Or I was out of town. They're going to have another one, and it's going to be 3 to 6 to try to accommodate those that maybe work the 9 to 5 or 8 to 4:30 or whatnot. And it's going to be at the fire hall. So you come down there, you get your information, and then you're going to have to do a lot of changes because now you're going to have to inform your utilities, your internet company, but all those guys, those representatives are going to be down at the 911 event. The first one went really well. We had about 200, and I think they completed like 125. And I asked them, I was like, how many houses is this going to affect? And they said it's going to be on the other side of 200. So we're almost there. We're almost there. And it's probably those guys that, are working and didn't get a chance to do it. So today, the 911 address community event is going to take place down at the fire hall. And they're going to have snacks. So for your time, they're going to have snacks. And then also for your time, if you walk through the doors, you're going to have a chance to win a door prize.
And man, the Winnebago Tribe gives out nice door prizes.
They do.
They do. I mean, I'm telling you, everything I've got from them has always been top quality. I mean, some of the stuff I still use to this day. I mean, I used to be in Educare's Lunch and Learn.
Yeah.
And you go over there, and I mean, they taught me a lot of things. And like one thing, like growing up, eat everything on your plate. They said no for kids that are in the Educare environment or whatever.
Yeah.
You're supposed to let them eat, when they're hungry.
Right.
Don't force feed them. And I thought that was kind of interesting. And then also if you're introducing new foods, you do it in small little portions. Give them a couple bites. Don't give them a whole big old portion, and see if they like it, and then try to introduce them. That's some of the things I learned.
Yeah.
But it was awesome.
Definitely. Good comment there. So we have today's water and sewer ownership deadline for the ballot. That vote takes place today, or it concludes today, I should say, and needs to be in Thurston County's clerk's office in possession by 5 p.m. The second thing is the 911 event kicking off at 3 o'clock, and it's going to go until 6 down at the fire hall. I think I emailed the employees and I said, hey, it's going to be down at the Blackhawk and stuff. And right away, people were like, no. They got programming, but it's going to be at the fire hall and stuff. So my bad. But yeah, it's going to be down there at the fire hall. And come on down. I know that my family that lives in Winnebago, they went down there and it took a while, but it was good information. The reasons it's so important is I think an incident happened where they dispatched it was like a medical emergency, and the responders didn't have the right address. So if you call 911, we implore you, if you have an emergency, whatever it may be, to call the PD. But that happened is they called 911 and they said it's over there at by the campus. Everybody knows where Garan lives and stuff. While the person was a visitor and a responder and stuff, and didn't he got dispatched out and stuff, and he couldn't find it. So they're probably like, I could see the PD. You know what I mean? Like I could. You guys went to the wrong spot and stuff. So if there's a medical emergency or just an emergency in general and stuff, time is not on your side. You want to get the responders there to respond to the incident, whatever it may be.
I agree wholeheartedly.
So that's why now they're trying to make it uniformed. All right. Yeah. And I think like the PD has one, and then Thurston County, if you call 911, I think it gets routed over to Thurston County and stuff. They have a different one. It doesn't work, guys. So tell your relatives to make sure that they know their correct address. We apologize for the
let the telephone company know too, because when you do call 911, your address does come up.
Does it?
Yeah. Well, when I worked at the hospital, we put in a new phone system, and the 911, we were setting that up, and I had to work with a guy, and so when we'd call 911, we had to make sure our address showed up. But we had to call 911 first, let them know, hey, we're going to do a couple of test calls, so please don't jump on us. But it was interesting to learn how some of that stuff does actually work, so. Definitely.
The next thing we want to make mention to, again, a lot of people are out sick, but we got some, what do they call it, LED graphics running down there. And if you pull into the big screen, take a couple minutes to read that information about the whooping cough. We had the ladies come on up here from 12 Clans, and they were talking about that. And there's some prevention. Make sure you get go see your health care provider and stuff. But it's affecting a lot of people around this area, and it seems like it's on the rise. So there's whooping cough facts. It says WCHS answers, and you might have to park in there to get that information, but this information that they're putting out is preventative information, and we want to make sure that we try to prevent that as much as possible. So if you want some information about the whooping cough, go down to the big screen here in Winnebago and just kind of park there. You'll see a lot of information. And plus, Bethany does a great job of all the birthdays and congratulations, whatever it may be, snag-iversaries's, whatever it may be, send them all over to Bethany. She'll get them up. And there's a lot of good information. I know that Herman Memorial is coming up, and I got that information from the billboard. So his memorial is coming up. And what else do we got up there? Oh, the community night with the bandits is coming up in March. And I want to say it's March 20th, something like that. That information is posted up there. So make sure you get your tickets. We do have some tickets up here if you guys want to get some tickets, and bring the family out for that community bandits event that HCI is sponsoring. So appreciate them. Did you get that information?
I have the website up.
Okay, you got it. There we go. All right.
I'm not sharing it yet, but this is what we can see, and then when we get ready to go, I can share it on over. I wasn't sure where to go.
Why don't you bring that up? Can you?
I did share that.
Okay. See what you got. We have a community calendar on our website, WinnebagoTribe.com. There's a lot of information on there. There's the Indigenous Pride Fair that's going to be happening on April 11th. That was a rescheduled event. It was supposed to happen last Friday. As you know, it was Treaty Day. And, I've got a chance to go see the treaties and the National Archives in Washington, D.C. Went with the council. It's weird, It is weird. It's like in how did they say it? Make sure that they don't have a fire. It's behind locked doors. You need an access code. You know what I mean? Like, we had to make a special appointment. All this and that and stuff. And the lady, she had to wear gloves.
Oh, yeah.
And they're in kind of like a vault, But man, just to see 1865 documents. 1865, man. That is crazy. That treaty. Now, they showed us the other ones, like the first treaties when Winnebago was in Wisconsin. And the Winnebago Indians, they call them. And I think even one of those treaties says Band of Winnebago Indians. They mention, like at the first treaties and stuff, is like, we're here just to establish some boundaries, mainly for hunting grounds, so that there's no disputes and stuff. And it was pretty nice. The language in those treaties was nice. The very first one. Now at the end, those treaties and stuff, and we asked that lady, not all treaties were created equal, I guess I should say, but they got real demanding. If you don't do this, then we're going to withhold your food. If you don't do this, like we're going to take away your health care, all that stuff, man. So it's, yeah.
I was just reading yesterday about a group of Native Americans that wrote to wrote to the president, telling him about the treaties and how they have to honor them. That we're not a charity case. We're not something that this is something that was given to us.
Yeah.
It's our right.
Again, the council is working hard, making sure that I know that Chairwoman Kitcheon, she went out to D.C. She's testifying, just round-the-clock meetings, because this administration is it's trying to move fast, and I know that eventually, we're going to have to work in conjunction with this administration for the next 4 years. So it's very important that the Winnebago tribe has a presence out there in those changes and stuff, and I think that that's pretty admirable. I know that the council itself is trying to keep everybody up to date, but man, it is just constantly changing. We got a new update this, last week, and it seems like, for example, a lot of people are kind of in the news is talking about Haskell. They had mass firings down at Haskell's because of the federal and all that,
I got a story about Haskell. Their basketball coach, girls basketball coach, he got fired, but he kept coaching the team and led them up to Sioux City for the national title.
Nice.
That shows you what kind of people Native Americans are. Dude got fired, they didn't get paid, but you know what? He wanted to go with his team, and he still coached his team even though he wasn't getting paid for it.
That's a feel good story,
Mm-hmm.
But he shouldn't be in that position. You know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't be in. Anyways, so again, like, when it comes to the administration and stuff, we have our own opinions and stuff, but we're just trying to tell you as communications that the council's working on it. There's a lot of updates coming, a lot of information, and everything's kind of still fluid and stuff. I even watch the news and stuff, and they're confused. There's like confusion everywhere. It's pretty interesting, But nonetheless, we want to make mention that we have Jared Doxey. He was on the news, KCAU. And that was pretty cool. Jared is a state champion. He made history. He's a junior at Winnebago Public School. And congratulations once again. I know that the Big Voice Sports Show, they did an interview with him. He's making his rounds. And I know the family is very proud and stuff. And we are very proud on behalf of communications and everything. Unfortunately, we didn't get to cover it because we were busy with Last Bear Moon. You know what I mean? Like, we need divisions of our crew and stuff, you know what I mean? But that was a great event. Last Bear Moon again. Yeah,
there he is. It took me a second.
You got it. Yep. And did it come up on the screen?
Not yet. It's sharing, but it let me see. There it is. Now he's up.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yep. Thank you for Winnebago's general manager is Tom Teasdale, and he's the one that made mention of that, and I appreciate him kind of keeping us in the loop and stuff. Okay, let's talk about weather a little bit.
All right.
So this week is supposed to be pretty nice, and then, man, it was just not too long ago where it was I mean, like, there was like 100-degree difference, man. It was like minus 30 to 50 degrees or whatever and stuff. That's crazy.
I'm trying to think of the day that one of the worst days we had to where it told the temperature change. But I remember it got to almost negative 20 maybe.
Man,
I know my water froze. I mean, shoot.
yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful on that stuff. It's just
And yesterday was 70 degrees
right.
in my car anyway.
And I know that everybody's gonna let's do some spring cleaning. Let's make sure the yard's cleaned, and let's do a burn, and watch out for that stuff, because we did have some what they call red flag warnings. And what a red flag warning is basically it's low humidity and it's a lot of wind. And there was a fire that happened south of Winnebago. We're just almost right along that border of Winnebago and the Omaha Res. And it spread really fast. I mean, it was a brush fire, but could you imagine? I'm not sure if any houses got taken out, but again, like, don't throw your cigarette butts out or anything like that. Just wait a little bit. So we want to make that public service announcement. The Winnebago Health Foundation. I sent you an email on that one. They do have some information. Appreciate the marketing team over there, Aaron and the crew. And they have some information that they wanted us to announce. So, Winnebago Health Foundation scholarship is available. Check this guys out. There's going to have a QR code. We'll post this on the Big Voice Facebook page. And it's talking about there's a $2,000 scholarship funded in partnership with the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System. You can apply today by scanning the code, or you can go to their website, the Winnebago Health Foundation. So apply today. Applications is just got out, and it's WinnebagoHealthFoundation.org. Okay, and yes, so that information. Who can apply? It says here, the opportunity is awarded in May and September. And it's perfect for graduating seniors, those considering returning to school, or those in school but need extra support and the financial burdens. When I went to college and stuff, to have Subway was a treat. You know what I mean? Because you bought your cafeteria tickets or whatever and stuff, and it's kind of messed up. But when I was in college at Wayne, and they probably still call it that, but the place that the cafeteria is called the Gag. That's messed up, man. But when you're in college, hey, Eve, let's go to the Gag. If you're a visitor, you're like, the what? But it was just like, where are you gonna eat at the Gag? You know what I mean? Interesting.
That graphic is up, so there's the QR codes up there for you.
Oh, nice. Thank you. All right. So, special considerations will be given to the following criteria. Enrolled Winnebago tribal members who demonstrate a financial need beyond existing tribal support will receive a weighted preference. Other Native participants, existing WCHS staff, and those desiring WCHS employment will also get a weighted preference. So, yeah. I think there's a number of scholarships for that, and you have to go kind of like get judged and stuff, which is understandable. Individuals with community service experience, current and projected academic achievement, financial need, and applicants who have demonstrated sincere commitment to the Winnebago community's health goals. And then also previous recipients who have maintained a required satisfactory GPA or who continue to make community investments. This scholarship is renewable on a case-by-case basis. Thank you, Aaron Flores, the communications manager for WCHS, for giving us that information.
And I don't believe this is the first year of this, because I remember Tony Williams, she going to nursing school, and she was one of the scholarship recipients.
Yeah.
And I know she's struggling, but man, she's doing a good job, man. Super proud of her.
Aaron, if you have any of the scholarship recipients that want to come up here, and that would be great. We'd like to do an interview with Tony and whoever it may be and stuff, you know what I mean? That would be something that I would be interested in. So the Winnebago Health Foundation, Linda Santee and the crew and stuff, down there, Sharon Frenchman, David Edwards, everybody that had a hand in it. There's probably a lot of them. But that's important, and we appreciate we want to grow our own. You know what I mean? Like, we need doctors, we need healthcare providers, we need CHRs, we need all those people that because in our lifetime, we're going to need some healthcare. Yeah. We're going to need some healthcare, and that's mental, that's physical, that's this wellness, everything, all of the above. So Yeah. Yep.
I thought it was cool. Me and your mom and my mom worked together in the healthcare system. They were both lab technicians.
Yeah.
And my mom went to school down in Dallas, but she was also a radiologist. I mean, she could take X-rays and she did the lab. So I mean, whenever I got hurt, man, she just went with me, and that happened quite often. So,
Yeah.
you know, being an athlete, football games, sprain my ankle, take me down, X-ray me up.
I want to send a shout out. Last week, there was a day where it was really cold, but it wasn't too bad. The nutrition program from WCHS held a walk down at Orlando Wellness.
Yep.
And they had some really nice sweaters, in fact. And on the sweaters, it says, "Movement is wellness." Oh, no, excuse me. "Movement is medicine." Yeah. And I thought that was like, wow. Yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, and it had a nice, like, floral design on it and stuff.
Yeah, they do a good job. I mean, every shirt I get from them, I get compliments on it, you know, especially this one I got on right now.
Yeah. Yeah. March is National Nutrition Month. And you ever hear that old adage or that saying where it's talking about, what do they say? You are what you eat.
Oh, yeah.
So it's good that we raise awareness and stuff, because we need to eat better, wellness and everything. There was a movie that came out when I was in college. It's called Super Size Me.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say...
Documentary.
Yeah, it was a documentary. Changed my life. That documentary changed my life, just to see that information and stuff, you know.
That's about the guy who ate the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Checked his weight. Yeah.
And and I even think it when I say, I'm not going to say the business name, because I don't want to feel it, you know what I mean? I still kind of eat there, but they just got carried away, you know. It's like supersized my meal, you know, or my combo and stuff, you know, and it didn't need to happen, you know. It's just like, wow. So
I think after that came out, they stopped giving you full order of fries, because I know I ain't got a full order of fries since.
It's pretty interesting. But you go back, you know, like you look at, and I see that the Winnebago Indian News is doing a great job. They do like throwbacks, but all those pictures of the Indians and the chiefs and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, there wasn't a lot of obesity in those pictures. You know, they went out and hunted, and you know, they had to keep themselves.
Well, yeah, they ate better food. They had no processed food. I mean, you had deer meat. You had anything that you could harvest out in the forest. You know, they ate fresh. You know.
Yeah. So we just want to make awareness. Again, thank you to the crew for doing a great job on that one. I know they got another event coming up. I think there's like a healthy cook-off, and there's another wellness event that make sure you go to Whirling Thunder Wellness program. They have a Facebook page to see all the latest events that are coming up and stuff. It's a great program. Okay, Ebes, we are without some of the crew members. Appreciate you driving here today. You're behind the production and stuff. So, we have any comments? No?
I got the chat window open and I ain't seen nothing.
Okay.
And I got us live on. We got 60 views.
Okay. Last thing that I want to do is make some mentions and stuff, and then we'll get out of here, and probably some shout outs and everything too. If you want to be a guest at Winnebago Talks, just reach out to me or Bethany, and we'll get you scheduled. Appreciate Tony Wood. He came up, presented a lot of great information. Him and two, we had a great conversation, had some laughs and everything too. But they got a really cool event coming up, and it's called, working with youth entrepreneurs, or future youth entrepreneurs, and check that one out. I think that's really good, admirable, really cool that we have. I know a lot of people are at that Reservation Economic Summit in Las Vegas. I want to do a live stream out there one of these days and stuff. We'll make it happen and stuff. But native country in the economic development realm, doing some good work. You know what I mean? Like, keep up the good work. All those business executives and everything. And I know HCI probably has a great presence out there. And I see some of the staff that are out there and stuff too. Bancroft Rosalie, let me change the subject here. Bancroft Rosalie is going to be playing in the NSAA State Championship basketball tournament. A lot of people think it starts on Thursday. Well, Bancroft plays on Wednesday at the Devaney at 7:45 p.m. Tomorrow. They play tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they play North Platte St. Patrick's or something like that. A team way out in the Panhandle. Now, Bancroft has some players that are from Winnebago.
Yep, they always do.
Some players from the Omaha tribe. And then, some of them are from Bancroft or Rosalie and stuff, you know what I mean? So we're going to cheer them on. If you have an opportunity at 7:45, head on down there, support them, and drive safe for those that are going to be there. And good luck to Bancroft, you know what I mean? My son goes to Bancroft. He's a senior this year, so he's going to go down there with pep band. And then my other son, Gavin, he plays the trumpet, and he's been practicing. And I was like, hey, man, you got a big show coming up. You guys got to rock it for the state tournament and stuff. So it's something that they get to look forward to. But it's tomorrow at the Devaney, 7:45. And, man, I had the best memories and stuff, going down to when Winnebago played or when Walt Hill played, or, in Santee, now we get to, my brother-in-law, Kenny, he played for Bancroft, and at the same time Winnebago played. So we just, like, natives took over Lincoln. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, it's awesome. I remember the hotel I went to when Winnebago went down this last time, man. Oh, it was awesome, man. Ran into my brother at the hotel.
Really?
Yeah, that was so cool. My oldest son graduated from Bancroft.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to think of what year. But yeah, Bancroft has some mixed memories for me. I was telling Garan earlier, that my son played for went to Bancroft, played for Bancroft, and I didn't like to be on their sidelines because my last high school football game, they beat us to go on to win state, and they beat everybody else by 45 points. They beat us by 6. So if we would have beat them, we had a really good chance of doing something, but we
upset.
didn't.
Yeah, that'd been.
Yeah.
Just to say that though, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, it was a hell of a game though. It was a heck of a game.
Man, remember we used to get 45 too. That was because you played 8-man.
Yep. Well, it really helped. We had the fastest man on the planet playing for us with Darwin Snyder. I mean, you just throw him the ball, man, and just watch him. Yeah, he just scramble around a little bit and take off.
You ever watch 6-man?
Yeah.
It's crazy, huh?
I've actually played 9-man.
You played 9-man?
Yeah, my senior year, nobody'd play us in Nebraska because Nebraska, they go by your win-loss record, and nobody in Nebraska would play us. So we had to go play. We played a team in Kansas, we played a team in North Dakota, and we played a team in South Dakota. And my senior year, just because they were scared of us.
Yeah,
and they know they were getting beat.
That's what Winnebago plays now. It's 9-man.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting, man. Pretty interesting. We went up to 11-man there for a couple of years, and then dropped back down to 8-man. And it was just weird because we're in that class, and we couldn't go out to playoffs and stuff. I don't know. I'm glad that the All Nations conference is up and running and stuff. It's pretty cool.
But you still got the old school guys like me. These guys are winning championships. Well, they need to play against some teams around here. They're playing Santee. That doesn't work. They're good in basketball, but football. What was really weird for me though was coming from Winnebago, playing 8-man for 4 years, actually probably 5-6 years, with junior high and stuff. I went on and played college football, and 11-man was a whole new realm for me. I mean, I didn't understand it. And they made fun of me. I'm like, well, hey man, I played 8-man all my life. We're used to running and gunning, not just pound the ball, shoot. So
yeah.
It was different.
We do a section called Did You Know? Do you have something in your top of your head that you can do like a Did You Know? Because it's usually Did You Know with DJ Bessamy. Or do you have to Google something?
I mean, you mean like a question? I mean,
is this okay? So I'll give you an example. I said, give us kind of something so that they can learn. You know what I mean? And so she told us about lightning, and you always get that when I was a little kid and stuff, and I was like, hey man, did you see that thunder? And they're like, no, you hear thunder, you don't see thunder. I was like, geez, okay. But then she said, did you know dolphins have names for each other? Did you know that?
Yeah.
There's a certain...
After Bethany told me.
Yeah. And I was like, wow. So instead of saying your Indian name or something like that...
What did she say about lightning? Did she tell you that lightning starts from the ground and goes up? Now, you know how we always see it strike? It's actually opposite. It comes from the ground and goes up.
She was telling us like the positive, negative charges and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
She was talking about the science.
Yeah. I did not know a lot of that stuff, you know what I mean? But the one that sticks out. And then honey doesn't spoil. You can have honey on your shelf and stuff, you know. And
Mine's got an expiration date.
it has an expiration date, but it doesn't spoil.
I'm just playing the devil's advocate there.
Yeah. Well, that's why everybody calls their significant other honey. 'Cause they don't spoil. So do you have one or no?
No, I'm trying to think of something around here. Did you know? Because my friends always trip out, man. Because my memory, a lot of my memories from in the past, and I bring up crazy stories about me and my friends. So, I know we had multiple football players from Winnebago play in Australia. Travis Mallory is one of them. He got to go down and play in Australia.
Did you know one of the Winnebago football players played in Australia? There you go. You got it.
Yeah.
Good job. I got a question for you. It's kind of a joke. But you ever say, call 911? Then somebody says, what's the number?
Oh, I got a better one. You know I come from an IT background, right? What about the people that's, says press any key? I can't find the any key. Looking on the keyboard, I can't find the any key.
Okay, we better get off the air. All right, you guys have a good rest of the day. You got a shout out or anything like that, MC Eves, before we go?
You know what? I'm gonna shout out my son.
Yeah.
I got his report card yesterday, and he had
Nice.
all A's and 1B.
Yeah.
And that's just awesome, man. I mean, I'm so proud of him.
Awesome.
My daughter had 2 A's and 2 B's, and then one grade hasn't come in yet. But last year she was all A's. So I mean, it's like they're battling. I like
Yeah.
I like to see that competitive between the two of them. So
Yeah. My shout out's going to go to the Little Priest Tribal College AHEC team, American Indian Higher Education Consortium. They're up there battling it out in Rapid City this week. I know that they participate in like bowls, which would be like Knowledge Bowl, Science Bowl. They have like I even think they have like Language Bowl and stuff like that. The Super Bowl of the AHEC is the hand game. And however they do, I know that they went down to New Mexico, battled against all those tribal colleges, and brought back the championship. Huge, undertaking. And then last year we had the opportunity, because Little Priest was one of the host colleges. We had an opportunity to coordinate. It was me, Wam, Cassie, and my wife Ashley and stuff. And that was pretty awesome to see that undertaking. And that team spirit, and getting into. I have an idea for a movie for a hand game and stuff. I want to pursue that. You know what I mean? But
I remember us talking about it.
yeah, if you have an opportunity, man, make sure if you want to get into college, Little Priest Tribal College, they do a lot of great things, and they got that building, the Louis LaRose building, going to be opening up here pretty soon.
The science building?
Yeah, they're going to have a naming ceremony for it and everything too. So that is awesome.
I went to Little Priest, and you know what? They really helped me out. I mean, helped me file for scholarships. Helped me write letters. And everything. They covered everything. I mean, that was before we had the free tuition. Mm-hmm. But I mean, this was. I mean, and they covered everything anyway.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, good luck to that team, man. We hope to get some results and stuff. Keep us informed. So shout out to Little Priest Tribal College. Good luck to Bancroft Rosalie tomorrow. And we'll see you tonight at the 911 event. And then make sure, if you didn't put your ballot in the mail, take it on over to Pender today and exercise your right to vote. No matter what you say, if you say yes or if you say no, we just want a good voter turnout for that. You guys have a good rest of your day. We are Winnebago Talks on 100.9 FM, the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe, broadcasting out of Allen, Nebraska. And we'll see you next Tuesday right here for